anything that gets the juices flowing, like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will go on the attack first. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, bud.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You have got to be able to play within yourselves and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Running back searching for a hole. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Lopez to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. At the 35, he's open. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The short hands. It's Johnson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And the Tar Heels are threatening on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did, and they finished it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So South Carolina's offense will take the field for the first time. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
With the catch, it's Harbor. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Makes the grab. It's Harbor. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted.
What a great stick by the defender. But how about this? Quarterbacks like a smooth pocket where they can step up, set their feet. That defense did not give him that. Hit him while he's throwing the football. Made it easy for the defender to run underneath it. Great interception.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period and North Carolina's on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Quarterback on the keeper. Across the 25, he's got room. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
The best and just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Lopez wants to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Gauze. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Punts it out of the air. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Rushes on him. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. Here's the pressure. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. A strike downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Lets it fly on the move. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time, the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. past the 45. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Leaves it with the back. Finds a little space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. 1st and 10 coming up. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Gamecocks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Coming out with it, it's Culliver. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Lopez to pass. Trying to set up the screen. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Harbor. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. On the option. He'll toss it. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to help improve that field position. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Give to the running back. Got enough for the first. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And the Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Lopez wants to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The run from the shotgun. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for your quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. Lopez to pass. Looking for the goal line, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! Looking for the time with the extra point. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. This guy can throw it. Trying to get rid of it. It falls incomplete, and man, did they think they had that one set up, and it didn't quite work. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Harbor. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. Turning it on! 30. The 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Got it in the middle, it's Ship.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Finds the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier? Get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Lopez wants to fire. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Here's the handoff. Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's Hall. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun to give to the back. Touchdown, North Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Motion from the wideout. They'll go right back to it. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Sellers. He uncorks one deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Right on the money. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game, they pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Sellers. He wants a big play here late. Working the middle. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Well, they get the touchdown here, and I think if you're the head coach, you got to go for 2. You got to have a 2-point play dialed up right now. What can you run you feel like you can execute to tie this thing with not a lot of time left on the clock?
He's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and we're tied here in the final period. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Biggest drive of the game coming up right now as this team tries to win it in regulation. Fires to the tight end. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Lopez to pass. Got his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
Quick strike complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third lead some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. They have grabbed the lead in the waning seconds of the game, and they are so close to victory. The returner will field it and bring it back. They make the stop. The coverage team up to the challenge as they put a stop to the return and an end to the game. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, throwing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a...
Key narration volume set to 100. Menu narration option is set to off. Menu narration option is set to off. Key narration volume set to 100.